So today is the 16th June, and here is my garden. My potato plants aren't doing so well. I don't know what happened. I didn't start them when it was cold, so I don't understand what's happening to these plants. But some are doing okay, and some are just not doing so well. This one, I had a few plants that just crapped out on me, so but it's okay. I'm just gonna leave it in there. I don't know if it's gonna grow anything or turn to mush, but whatever. I'm just gonna leave it. And then over here, behind this shade cloth, these are my beefsteak tomatoes, 3 in this back row. And I have a tiny tomato plant here. My beets aren't doing so well. They got eaten by pincher bugs. And my goal is to have those pole beans come up this string so I can latch them onto this pole here. We'll see how that turns out. So I do have, these are all my tomato plants. And they were all supposed to be tiny tomato plants like the one over there. That one is, I bought this tomato plant from Home Depot. And I know a lot of people are saying, if you keep the seeds and you germinate them and they grow, they might not be like that plant. Well, it's true. So this plant here is from the same plant, believe it or not. And so are those two over there. From the same plant. So I'm guessing they're taking on the dad's genes, mom's other genes or whatever. But yeah, so this one got pretty big. I mean, it's developing tomatoes, so a lot. And so is this one over here. And they're supposed to be like a cherry tomato variety. So I'm just letting them do their thing. And here's another, it's supposed to be a cherry tomato. But I mean, they got pretty big. This is a beefsteak, which I shouldn't have probably put there because I don't want them to cross-pollinate with these. If they can, I'm not sure. If you guys know, please put that down in the comments. I have a beefsteak tomato plant here. It's supposed to only be about 4 to 6 feet. Well, 4 to 5 feet. And these are tiny tomato plants, which are supposed to be like cherry tomatoes. So I don't know if they will crossbreed. If you guys know, let me know. And here are my collards. I had celery back there. My beets, my Swiss chard went into seed, so I'm just gonna let it seed rainbow Swiss chards because I like the seeds. And I like that Swiss chard, tastes pretty good. Here are more beefsteak tomatoes that I have, more collard greens, and I have a whole bunch of little other things in here growing. I got a bell pepper plant there. Some French radishes there. I know I'm probably starting everything a little too early. French radishes. I got romaine lettuce in over here. And the reason why I did it like this with the tomato plants in front is hoping that they will kind of shade the crops that do need a little bit more cooler temperatures or that do well in the shade. So yeah, I got some basil over there, right here. Some red Russian kale that the pincher bugs are eating. And then I have my zucchini plants, squash, which this is what I'm kind of having issues with. So some of my squash zucchinis are growing, but I don't know if it's a pollination issue. I was pollinating a few of them myself. So one of them is doing okay. This one here that I just pollinated like not too long ago. But look at this. Is that a pollination issue? Do you guys know? Can you help me out? It's like yellow up here. I don't know what's going on with these plants. And then I have more over here. They haven't opened up yet. And I don't really want to touch them because I don't know if I don't know, oil transfers or whatever. Maybe I'm paranoid. So yeah, and then I have them growing actually in this 4x4, more like a 1x1, the inside of this little container here, and there's 3 of them in there. So I mean, they're pretty healthy, they're doing pretty good. I kind of wanted to keep them in smaller containers only for, you know, I have a small backyard, so for that. And then my blueberry plants looking a little unhappy there. I don't know why. But my carrots, and they seem like they're growing in there. So I've been growing these for a while, since January, and I just decided just to let them just do their thing. I'm not even gonna mess with them. I'm not even gonna pull any out, anything. I'm just gonna let them grow and do their own thing. And my parsley and cilantro and stuff over here isn't doing too well. It looks like it wants to go into flower, so I don't know. I'll probably just get rid of these and just start over, except for this and this, except for these. And this looks like it wants to go into seed, so, and that. But this is parsley here, so I'll probably just leave that. My celery is doing all right. So here my Swiss chard going into seed, which I'm just gonna leave it there. A couple bell pepper plants, some basil, some spinach back here, some dinosaur kale, some more French radishes down there, and there are carrots here and there growing in. A couple of basil plants. So yeah, man. I mean, here's my freaking worm bin. This is the bread for the worms. And this is my worm bin, where I harvest castings from, which I just did not too long ago. So yeah, man, I hope you guys are having success with your guys' gardens. My bush beans over there, there's only 2 of us here, so I don't really need to grow a whole ton. But I've been pulling beans off of those plants for a while, and I mean, I have like a Ziploc bag full. Last night I made some, so I mean they taste so good, man. Nothing like growing your own vegetables and stuff like that. You know, it was well worth it. But anyways, I just wanted to give you guys a little tour of my garden. I haven't. My backyard, as you can see, is kind of small, pretty small. It's not as small as it looks on camera, mainly because I have everything like so crammed, you know? But it's not so small. It's a good size. The camera adds a little bit of size to it, I guess. My blackberry plants, the ones that I transplanted, repotted, a couple of days ago, which this one looks like it's doing all right. Leaves are a little curled. I kept them. I have them in the shade. I kept them in the shade since I repotted them. So they're gonna stay here for maybe another few days, just so I can see if they're gonna recuperate. Especially this one. This one's leaves are a little bit more curled than the other one, so I'm not sure what's going on. But it's only been a few days, so I'm hopeful. I'm gonna keep faith. Like I said, I have some new growth down there, so we'll see what's up. We'll see what happens. Oh, thanks for tuning in to my garden, you guys, and hopefully you guys have a blessed year. Keep growing, don't give up. They're plants, you know what I'm saying? They require a lot of attention, but not really a lot of attention. So I just say just give it your best shot and you know, and just do what you can. Don't stress out over it. Another thing is that you can do is just start fresh seeds. Whatever's not working out, just start fresh seeds, you know. If you have any questions or if you have any comments, just leave them down there and I'll get back to you guys. I know a lot and I know a little. You know, there's always knowledge to gain, especially when it comes to gardening. And there's people that have been gardening all their life and they still make mistakes, or a lot of their crops end up dying on them. So just don't feel bad. You know, everything is trial and error. We all make mistakes, we all learn, we all grow from it, we all do better. This is maybe my almost going on 4 years for me this June, yeah. So this is like going on year 4 for me. And I'm still learning, man. You know, there's so much information out there when it comes to gardening. You just gotta go with it, you know. Destiny, what you doing? But anyways, hope you guys have a blessed year. You guys stay tuned. I will be updating maybe another video when I harvest some things. We'll see how that goes. But keep gardening and take care. That's my daughter, Destiny. Babe, you say hi? Yeah. Her favorite spot. She loves laying there. And she's camera shy. Some days. Alright, well, take care, you guys. See you later.